Let me tell you the story of this poor soursop, which I have failed. Is definitely probably the most cold sensitive plant that I'm growing. The first time it got down to 39 degrees, there was visible damage on a lot of the leaves. And then we've had a series of cold fronts, and so it seems to have taken damage from that, as well as from the greenhouse style tents that I was using, possibly getting it too warm and humid, especially after the cold fronts. So when I went out of town before this extreme cold event, I set it up in its tent, watered it well, put this bucket of water in with it, and still probably didn't blow off. It was the only tent of this size that I didn't have blow off a tree, which is probably all that kept this thing to where apparently it's still barely hanging on to life. And um, yeah, so I got back and I was concerned about it because of the heat, because I've already seen how these tents have been possibly causing more harm in some cases. I opened it up, sure enough, it was steamy inside, really warm. That was during the day though, so it's not to say it was that warm during the night when it was freezing outside. But the next night it got down to 32 again. That was after 2 nights of being in here, in the tent for like 4 nights, one of which was warm for the season, and then 2 freezing nights, and then I opened the tent during the day after that, and there it got down to freezing again, although it wasn't as bad as the 2 other nights. But so this spent a night at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and it still has a few green leaves hanging on. And after the first cold front, it was aggressively pushing new growth, although each successive event it has stopped pushing at more places. So I'm not sure whether it will try again, if it has the energy or not. Hopefully it does. And if it survives, then yeah, this will be an interesting specimen. But it's not looking good for the soursop here.